appreciation and value to all. So basically in this video, right, I want to describe and touch on the heart and the digestive tract just a little bit, right? Because this is very important, obviously, when it comes down to what you eat, because this is telling you how it's this. I'm going to tell you how it's affecting you. Okay. Now, we all know we have a digestive tract, right? I'm going to show you it right here in this book for those who might or might not understand. I got it highlighted right. I can't turn the fucking camera around. Hold on. Right here. I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna just read it out. So basically, it says the digestive tract, also called the alimentary canal, which means food, or the gastrointestinal tract, is a tube through which ingested substances are pushed along for physical and chemical processing. The tube walls are made up of an outer fibrous layer, a muscular layer, a supportive connective tissue, and an inner layer containing an epithelial lining called the digestive mucosa. Basically, the digestive mucosa is what turns that food that was digested and takes those minerals and everything that was in it and absorb it into your bloodstream, right? It also says the digestive tract is a muscular tube lined with chemical factories that operate under the direction of their own dedicated neural structures and under hormonal control, meaning your digestive tract affects your mood and affects your hormones. The end products of digestion are biological molecules such as glucose that are absorbed across the digestive membrane into the blood and then distributed into the body. Now, the reason why I wanted to touch on this is because motherfuckers is eating sugar. They're eating, and it's one thing I just found out about. It's called glycerol or glycerin, right? You can search these up and they're basically like the same shit. I might have to, do some more research on it to figure more out about it. But though the only difference between those two, glycerol and glycerin, I think one of them has a extra hydrogen molecule or something like that. But this is what's getting absorbed into your bloodstream. You can look up what that stuff is, and some articles will tell you it's good for you and it's naturally produced, and some articles will tell you that too much of it is a bad thing. Too much of it is a bad thing, but understand something. I want you to go and look on a cereal box, cake boxes, treats, all that shit. It's on the back of it. Matter of fact, I think it might be on. I'm not at home right now. I'm not even sure, but just look on it. It's usually on the back of usually like bread and cake and shit like that. But once that's being broken down, like I said, it gets absorbed into your bloodstream, right? Your heart is what pumps that blood. You have red arteries and you have blue veins on your heart, right? Let me see if I can pull it up in this book, because they talk about that too. Give me a minute. I don't want to waste your time or anything. But basically, you have red arteries and blue veins on your heart, right? And the red arteries are supposed to be what pumps out that oxygen-rich blood. And the blue veins are supposed to be what's taking that oxygen-poor blood, pumping it back into the heart, basically for redistribution. So through this process of you consuming this sugar, glycerin, all of these minerals and substances that your body can't even really digest. It doesn't digest it properly, just like meat, right? Through this process, your blood is tainted. So not only your heart pumping it, but you got blood vessels on your neck, right? That lead directly into your brain. You got blood vessels on the left side and the right side, and that has to do with pumping oxygen and blood into your brain. So through this process of you or absorbing this sugar and all of this bad minerals and all of this bad shit is being absorbed into your blood, which is why people have, blood clottages and all types of problems with their blood. Then it's getting pumped through your heart. Mind you, the number one cause of death in America apparently is heart attack, heart complications, heart disease, inflammation, right? Then it's getting pushed into your brain. Mind you, sugar is probably one of it is the most destructive, I want to say, food that you can consume. This is why it's addictive, because it triggers that dopamine in your brain. It's getting absorbed into your brain. So I just wanted to touch on this so people can know. Like, once you know this, you're going to start paying attention to what you eat, okay? Start looking on the back. That's one thing for damn sure. Y'all need to start looking at the ingredients that's on the back of these that's on the back of the food that we eat. And I ain't even really going to meat. We should already be at a point where if you still eat meat, that's cool, but you should at least be, if you really aware, you're not gonna be eating meat the same. You're not. I recommend, and you don't have to listen to anything I'm saying, but I recommend, if you are a meat eater and you want, or you don't want to change, or you want to change that, I would recommend try eating fish. It's not the same. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I would say stay away from shit like shrimp. At least stay away from shit like shrimp, tilapia, and crabs and all that. If anything, you would probably want to eat like stuff like salmon. You know what I mean? I eat salmon sometimes, but mostly I'm fruit based and vegetable based and everything like that, and water and fruit juices. I'm finna just get to a point where it's just sea moss, fruit juice, and nuts and seeds and all of that. I'm just waiting for all that to come in. But yeah, I just thought that this would help just a little bit, just to describe what's happening internally when you ingest the food that you eat. For one, you ingest meat, and that shit takes time to even process and fully remove it from the body. It takes up to from the last time that I seen it, it takes up to like 3 months for it to be fully removed from the body. People think that just because you eat something and poop it out, that's just the end all be all. No, those minerals and all of that shit that's inside of that food wasn't even fully digested yet, or can't even be processed. So it's harming your body, especially the sugar and that glycerin. Like I said, the common person can hear this and be like, oh, I don't even eat that stuff all the time. I have that, in my kitchen and all of that. Understand something. Sugar is highly addictive for a reason. And they put it in damn near everything that you eat. It don't matter if it's a cracker, a goddamn biscuit. It don't matter. It's sugar somewhere in it. And some of these companies do lie by, basically trying to make it seem like they haven't added sugar. But those of us that have a correct, their tongue work properly, they can taste that sugar. You know what I'm saying? Like applesauce, for example. They try to say, no sugar added and all this, that, and the third, but you can still taste that sugar on it. Basically, it's to keep you coming back to consume that product as much as possible. Mind you, I just told you, the minerals and the substances that are inside of the food, like glycerol and sugar and everything like that, too much of that is harmful, and people aren't aware of that, and they go run right back to Walmart, run back right back to Chick-fil-A, and do the whole shit over again. We got to get past that, man. We got to start taking care of ourselves, seriously. Because I'm gonna tell you this right now, man. I'm looking around and I'm seeing pattern, And I say that because I just lost my brother to colon cancer. You know what I mean? It was just last month. Before that, you know, I lost my dad like 2019. He had diabetes, you know what I mean? And I work in a field where, you know, basically people have complications. Like the person that I work with now, um, he has diabetes, HIV, throat cancer, etc. Other people that I've worked with, was one lady that I worked with. It was a black lady. She could barely get out of the bed. She couldn't even get out of bed. Couldn't get out of the bed. Why? Because she had so many clottages and so much extra fat. She wasn't breathing properly. She can't even breathe properly without her machine. And this isn't making fun of her, but this is just telling her, this just goes to show. And then there was another lady that I worked with. She was a black lady as well. She had to cut her, she had to get her leg amputated because of the sugar consumption, right? Those blood clottages that cause those problems, and they have to amputate that. I look and I see what they ingest afterwards, and I see that they're still consuming that same thing that put them in that position. This is what fucks me up the most. You can see somebody die from what they ate, or it doesn't even matter if it's something that they ate, and you would do the same, wake up the next day and be comfortable doing the same thing as if it can't happen to you. Tell me that's not mental disease. Tell me that's not something wrong with that. I'm getting tired of this shit. This is why I'm going to push past this, because to me, I'm not going to lie, I think this is a personal message, and I'm glad that I'm getting this at such a young age, because many others didn't, and it ended up too late for them. But I didn't want to just drop that all on y'all, you know, just like that, but I just really wanted to talk about this, because this is like pinpointing what's going on. I'm going to be doing some more research, and we're going to be digging even more deeper into it. That's just the tip of the iceberg. But yeah, I appreciate y'all. You know, this was a little bit longer video. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Make sure you like it. Share it if you can. If you have something to say, put it down in the comments. I'm out. Peace.